I chose to come to New Zealand and do an internship with CSER because I wanted to get some research experience in New Zealand while I was travelling here. So I came on a working holiday visa, and I searched out different sort of research opportunities in different places in New Zealand. But then I came to Wellington and pretty much fell in love with the city, and then made inquiries about research opportunities in Victoria University because I heard it had a great reputation. And then I made inquiries into the CSER because I felt that with sort of expanding sort of globalization and multicultural societies, it was useful to get experience in a centre that focused on different cultures and how that impacted on people's psychology. While I've been here, I've been able to participate in many different things. The main focus was helping my supervisor with a personality assessment that was developed in South Africa and seeing how it was applied in a New Zealand context. So that involved kind of getting a good grounding in contemporary personality theory and research. So a lot of sort of literature reviews and a lot of meetings with my supervisor to get an understanding of what personality research is out there already. Then it became more focused on looking at personality within the New Zealand context. So I was looking for sort of concepts that were relevant to New Zealand and personality in New Zealand, which involved like a thorough literature review and weekly meetings with my supervisor to discuss the progress. It was great to get that experience. So that was the main focus, and the other focus was on weekly lab meetings, which were presentations on different sort of subjects in cross-cultural psychology, which included things like Maori and identity, and also looked at sort of different coping strategies across cultures. So that, and then kind of questions and debates sort of after the presentations, which were brilliant. I found it really stimulating and rewarding. It was great to get back involved in sort of academia and psychology, because I'd been working working for the last 8 years, so I hadn't studied within an academic setting for about 8 years. I originally did a master's in psychology, so it was great to just get back into sort of thinking in a sort of empirical and scientific sort of way, and have these sort of particularly the lab meetings were really stimulating. They were like, got me thinking about sort of concepts that I hadn't thought of in a while, and got me thinking in a very empirical sort of way, and so that was really a valuable part of the experience, and just having weekly meetings with my supervisor as well, and discussing sort of my progress and sort of the research that I was doing, and getting really positive and feedback from him, and also kind of helped me learn about my own ways of thinking and some of the sort of presumptions I brought to sort of cross-cultural psychology. So it helped me sort of break down some of my own sort of stereotypes and maybe prejudice that I brought as well. So that was great for me. Yeah, I've managed pretty well financially. My supervisor has been incredibly flexible, because I decided to do a part-time internship rather than a full-time internship, because I couldn't afford to do a full-time internship. So I said to my supervisor I might be able to do 2-3 days a week, and then I'd have to be working another job 2 or 3 days a week. So I ended up getting sort of casual support work in the mental health field, which helped the money sort of come in, so that I was able to sort of live. It wasn't an extravagant lifestyle, but it was comfortable, and that was fine. Because I think what I found was I had to budget, and make sure that I had enough money per week. But because it was so interesting and so rewarding, the work that I was doing with the CSER, it didn't feel like a burden. I think it's really benefited me in many different ways. One of the major things it's benefited me most was it could re-energize my sort of my I'm trying to think of the word. It just re-energized my sort of passion, I suppose, for psychology, and that was the main thing for me. It got me back involved in sort of thing in psychology, and I kind of made me sure that this is the path that I wanted to follow. This was the career path I wanted to stay in psychology, whether it's in academia or outside of academia, I'm not sure yet. But that's the path I definitely want to follow. So that was really beneficial for me. And what's next for me is I'm going to extend my internship slightly, about 2 or 3 months. And then I'm going to apply for a clinical psychology course, possibly back home in Ireland or here in New Zealand. Because with the research experience I've had, I can add that to my CV and my application can be a lot stronger for a course in the future.